I think it's probably too soon to tell and too soon to say, but obviously pretty gutted about the decision.
Australia is pushing back like never before. A huge petition is demanding that Harry and Meghan get no special treatment, sparking public outrage and confusion. What was meant to be an exciting visit is now in chaos, and the country is divided. Will the couple still go, or is their royal influence fading fast? Stay with us as we reveal the full story. Australia pushes back against Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. A wave of strong opinion has been building in Australia, and this time it is not quiet or hidden. Many people across the country have started speaking up about the planned visit of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and the message is becoming hard to ignore. What once would have been welcomed as an exciting royal moment is now being questioned in a very direct way. At the center of it all is a petition that has gathered tens of thousands of supporters, all asking for one simple thing. They do not want public money to be used for this visit. This reaction did not appear overnight. It has grown slowly, shaped by changing views about the couple and their role today. Many Australians understand that Harry and Meghan are no longer working members of the royal family. Because of that, people are asking why the same level of treatment should still apply. They see the visit not as official duty, but as something more personal. That difference is what is driving the debate. For many citizens, the concern is not personal dislike. It is more about fairness. Life has become more expensive, and families are trying to manage rising costs every day. In that kind of situation, the idea of spending taxpayer money on security or support for a visit that is not official feels uncomfortable to them. They believe that public funds should be used carefully, especially during difficult times. As the petition spread, more voices joined in. Some people shared their thoughts online, while others discussed it in everyday conversations. The tone has been mixed, but one thing is clear. The automatic admiration that once surrounded the couple during their earlier royal tour in 2018 is no longer the same. Back then, crowds were excited, and the atmosphere was warm and welcoming. Now, there is a noticeable shift. People are thinking more deeply about what the visit represents. There is also growing awareness about the nature of this trip. Reports suggest that the visit is linked to private events, all including speaking engagements and business-related activities. This has added another layer to the discussion. Some Australians feel that if the trip is connected to personal or commercial goals, then it should be treated like any other private visit. In their view, it should not involve government support or special privileges. At the same time, not everyone agrees with the criticism. There are still supporters who admire Harry and Meghan and are happy to see them visit. They believe the couple can bring attention to important causes and create positive moments. For them, the focus is on the influence and visibility the pair still have around the world. This difference in opinion has created a clear divide, making the situation even more intense. What makes this moment stand out is how openly people are expressing their views. In the past, such concerns might have stayed in the background. Now they are front and center, shaping the conversation in real time. The petition has become more than just a list of signatures. It has turned into a symbol of a wider feeling that things are changing. This situation is also raising bigger questions about identity and role. Harry and Meghan are still widely known and connected to the royal family, yet they are also living independent lives. This creates a kind of confusion for the public. Some see them as global figures who deserve recognition, while others see them as private individuals who should be treated like anyone else. That gap in perception is where much of the tension comes from. As the planned visit gets closer, the pressure continues to grow. Each new discussion, each new opinion adds to the momentum. It is no longer just about one trip. It is about how people define fairness, responsibility, and the meaning of public support. Australia, a country with deep ties to the Commonwealth, is now showing that those ties do not automatically guarantee approval. And this is where things become even more interesting. Because if one country is willing to question and push back like this, it raises a bigger thought that cannot be ignored. Could this be the beginning of a wider shift in how Harry and Meghan are received around the world? And what does that mean for the next part of their journey? The petition that sparked national debate. The growing reaction in Australia did not stop at general complaints. It became more focused, more organized, and much louder through a petition that quickly turned into the center of attention. What started as a simple call by a few individuals soon spread across the country, gathering tens of thousands of people who all shared a similar concern. They were not asking for anything extreme. Instead, they were making a clear and direct request that public funds should not be used to support the visit of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. As more people added their names, the message behind the petition became stronger. It focused on the idea that the couple, now living as private individuals, should not receive the same benefits that come with official royal duties. To many Australians, this was not about rejecting them as people. It was about drawing a line between public responsibility and private activity. The difference mattered, edgy especially at a time when many citizens are already dealing with financial pressure in their daily lives. Supporters of the petition began to explain their position in simple terms. They felt that if a visit is not part of official royal work, then it should not involve government spending. This includes costs related to security, logistics, or any form of state support. For them, it was a question of fairness. They believed that public money should be reserved for matters that directly serve the country and its people. The discussion also started to reflect a deeper frustration. Some Australians expressed concern about what they see as special treatment for public figures who are no longer carrying out formal roles. They compared the situation to how ordinary citizens are expected to handle their own responsibilities without extra help. This comparison made the issue feel more personal and easier for people to connect with. As the petition gained attention, it also sparked conversations across media platforms and social spaces. People began to debate not only the visit itself, but also the broader meaning behind it. Some questioned whether the line between royalty and celebrity had become blurred. Others wondered if public expectations had simply changed over time. These conversations showed that the petition was not just about one event. It was about how people see fairness, status, and responsibility in today's world. At the same time, there were voices pushing back against the petition. Some individuals argued that Harry and Meghan still hold a unique global position and can attract attention to important causes. They believed that their presence could benefit Australia in different ways, even if the visit is not officially tied to royal duties. This added another layer to the discussion, making it clear that opinions were far from one-sided. What makes this moment stand out is how quickly a single idea turned into a nationwide conversation. The petition acted like a spark, but the reaction it created shows that the feelings behind it were already there, waiting to be expressed. It revealed a shift in thinking, where people are more willing to question decisions that involve public resources. As the debate continues to grow, one thing becomes very clear. This is no longer just about whether a visit should be supported or not. It is about how the public defines value and accountability in a changing world. The petition has opened the door to bigger questions, and those questions are not going away anytime soon. And just when it seems like the situation could not become more complex, another detail begins to stand out. Because when people look closer at the purpose of this visit, they start to notice something that changes the entire picture even more. If this is not truly a royal tour, then what exactly is it? And why does that difference matter so much? Why this visit is no longer a royal tour? As the conversation grew louder, more details about the visit began to surface, and this is where everything started to look very different. What many people first assumed might be a royal-style tour slowly revealed itself as something else entirely. The planned trip by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is not being organized as an official royal duty. Instead, it is linked to private activities, and that single detail has changed how many Australians are seeing the whole situation. In the past, when members of the royal family visited countries like Australia, their trips were clearly defined. They represented the crown, attended formal events, and carried out duties on behalf of the monarchy. Everything about those visits followed a structure, and the purpose was widely understood. But this time, that structure is missing. There is no official role being carried out, and no direct connection to royal responsibilities. This has made people pause and look again. Reports suggest that the visit is connected to personal and professional engagements. These include speaking appearances and exclusive gatherings, some of which are said to come with high ticket prices. This has led many to view the trip as more of a private venture rather than a public service. For some Australians, this difference is important because it changes the expectations completely. A private visit, in their eyes, should be handled privately. This shift has also brought attention to us how much things have changed since Harry and Meghan stepped away from their roles as working royals. They are now building independent careers, making their own choices, and creating their own opportunities. While this path gives them freedom, it also comes with new questions from the public. People are trying to understand how to place them. How are they still to be treated like official royals, or should they be seen as public figures operating on their own? The answer is not simple, and that is exactly why the reaction has been so strong. Some people feel that the couple is still closely tied to the royal image, and that connection naturally brings certain expectations. Others believe that once they chose independence, those expectations should have changed completely. This difference in thinking has created a kind of tension that runs through every part of the discussion. Another point that has caught attention is how the visit may connect to personal projects and brand growth. There are signs that Meghan, in particular, is using this opportunity to expand her presence in new markets. As for supporters, this is seen as a smart and natural step in building a career. But for critics, it raises concerns about mixing royal recognition with personal business interests. They wonder if the influence that comes from royal ties is now being used in a different way. All of this has made the visit feel less like a shared national moment and more like a selective experience. Instead of open public events that bring people together, the focus appears to be on smaller, more exclusive gatherings. This change has added to the feeling that the visit is not meant for everyone, which stands in contrast to what many people expect from something connected to the royal name. As Australians continue to take in these details, their reactions are becoming more defined. The issue is no longer just about money or support. It is about identity, purpose, and the meaning behind the visit itself. The more people understand the nature of the trip, the more they question how it should be treated. And just when it seems like the lines are becoming clearer, another layer begins to unfold. Because once the public starts to see this visit as something personal and business-driven, it naturally leads to a deeper question. If this trip is connected to building a brand, then how much of it is really about public connection? And how much of it is about something else entirely? From royal duties to personal brand moves. As more people began to look closely at the purpose behind the trip, attention slowly shifted toward the business side of things. And this is where the conversation became even more intense. It started to appear that the visit was not only about showing up in Australia, but also about building something bigger, or especially for Meghan Markle. There are growing signs that she is using this moment to expand her personal brand and reach a new audience in the country. This idea did not come from nowhere. Over time, Meghan has been developing projects connected to lifestyle, media, and personal storytelling, with a global audience already watching her every move. Entering a new market like Australia could open many doors. For supporters, this looks like a smart step forward. They see it as someone taking control of their future and creating opportunities on their own terms. But for others, this is where concerns begin to grow. The connection between royal recognition and personal business becomes a sensitive topic. Some Australians are asking whether the attention that comes from being linked to the royal family is now being used to support private ventures. To them, it feels like two worlds are blending together in a way that is not entirely clear. This is especially important because public perception plays a huge role in how people respond. When a visit feels like it is meant to serve a wider community, it is often welcomed with open arms. But when it begins to feel selective or tied to private gain, reactions can quickly change. That shift is exactly what seems to be happening now. The excitement that usually surrounds a royal visit is being replaced by careful thinking and, in some cases, doubt. Another detail adding to this feeling is the nature of the events connected to the trip. Some of them are described as exclusive experiences, walls with limited access and high entry costs. This creates a different kind of atmosphere, one that not everyone can be part of. For many Australians, this stands in contrast to the idea of public figures connecting openly with the people. Instead of feeling included, some feel left out of something that carries royal image but operates in a private space. At the same time, it is important to understand that not everyone sees it this way. There are still many who admire Harry and Meghan and support their independence. They believe that building a brand and creating income streams is a natural step after stepping away from royal duties. To them, the couple is simply adjusting to a new life, one that allows them to stand on their own without relying on the system they left behind. This difference in opinion is what keeps the conversation alive. On one side, there is appreciation for independence and growth. On the other, there is concern about how that growth is being achieved and what it represents. Both views exist at the same time, making the situation more layered than it first appears. As these thoughts continue to spread, the focus is no longer just on the visit itself. It is now about what the visit represents in a larger sense. It raises questions about influence, identity, and how public figures navigate life after stepping away from traditional roles. People are beginning to look beyond the surface and ask deeper questions about intention and impact. And this is where things become even more interesting. Because once a visit starts to feel connected to business and personal growth, the way people react becomes more emotional and divided. Some will support it fully, while others will push back even harder. So the real question now begins to take shape. How are people across Australia truly responding to all of this? And just how deep does this divide really go? Public reaction. As the situation continues to unfold, the reaction across Australia is becoming more emotional, more personal, and far more divided than anyone expected. What started as a simple concern about public spending has now grown into a wide national conversation, where people are openly choosing sides. The planned visit by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is no longer just an event on the calendar. It has turned into a topic that touches feelings, beliefs, and even identity. On one side, there are still many Australians who feel a sense of excitement. They remember the earlier days when Harry and Meghan were seen as a fresh and modern presence within the royal family. Back then, their visit brought energy, warmth, and a sense of connection. For these supporters, that feeling has not completely disappeared. They still see the couple as influential figures who can inspire conversations, support meaningful causes, and bring global attention to important issues. To them, the visit is an opportunity, not a problem. Some of these supporters also believe that people are being too critical. They feel that Harry and Meghan have already made it clear that they are living independent lives, and that should be respected. From this point of view, building a career, hosting events, and exploring new opportunities is simply part of moving forward. They see nothing wrong with the couple visiting a country, connecting with people, and creating experiences, even if those experiences are not part of official royal duties. But on the other side, the feelings are very different, and in some cases, much stronger. Critics are not just questioning the visit itself, they are questioning what it represents. For them, this is not about one trip. It is about the bigger picture of fairness, responsibility, and the use of public resources. They believe that once Harry and Meghan stepped away from royal duties, a clear boundary should have been set. In their view, that boundary is now being tested. Many of these critics are especially concerned about the idea of public support being linked to a private visit. Even the possibility of government involvement, whether in security or logistics, feels uncomfortable to them. They compare it to their own daily lives, where every expense must be carefully managed. This comparison makes the issue feel close to home, and that is why emotions are running high. There is also a sense that the meaning of a royal visit has changed. In the past, such visits were seen as moments that belonged to everyone. They were public, inclusive, and designed to bring people together. Now, with reports of exclusive events and limited access, some Australians feel that this sense of shared experience is missing. Instead of feeling united, they feel separated from something that carries a royal image but does not fully include them. As these thoughts spread, thus conversations have moved beyond small discussions into larger public debates. Social media platforms, news outlets, and everyday conversations are all filled with different opinions. Some people defend the couple strongly, while others express clear frustration. The tone can shift quickly, from calm reasoning to deep emotion, showing just how much this issue matters to different people. What makes this divide even more interesting is that it is not simply about liking or disliking Harry and Meghan, it goes deeper than that. It reflects how people see the role of public figures in today's world. Some believe that influence and popularity naturally come with certain privileges. Others believe that those privileges should only exist when tied to clear public service. This difference in thinking is at the heart of the disagreement. Another layer to this situation is the changing relationship between the public and the idea of royalty itself. Australia has long had historical ties to the monarchy, but views have been evolving over time. For some, this moment feels like part of a larger shift, where people are more willing to question traditions that were once accepted without much thought. The reaction to this visit may be a sign of that shift becoming more visible. At the same time, there is also a feeling of uncertainty. Some people are not fully on one side or the other. They are simply watching, trying to understand what this moment means. They see the arguments from both perspectives and feel the tension between them. This group adds to the complexity of the situation, because their opinions can still change as new details emerge. As the visit draws closer, the divide does not seem to be fading. Instead, it is becoming more defined. Supporters are holding on to their admiration, while critics are standing firm in their concerns. Each new piece of information, each new discussion, adds fuel to the ongoing debate. And just when it feels like the situation has reached its peak, another thought begins to take shape, one that reaches far beyond Australia. Because if public opinion can shift this strongly in a country with such deep historical ties, what does that mean for the wider image of the royal family itself? And how far could the impact of this moment really go? What this means for the future of the royal image. As the debate over the visit continues, one thing has become incredibly clear. This is no ordinary trip, and it is no ordinary reaction. The situation has grown into something bigger than a petition or a few headlines. It has turned into a moment that reveals deeper feelings about fairness, influence, and the role of public figures in modern society. Australians are no longer simply asking whether the visit should happen. They are questioning what it represents, who benefits, and why it matters to the public at all. This makes the story much more layered than it might appear at first glance. At the same time, the couple's growing independence adds another layer of complexity. Harry and Meghan have spent the past several years building careers, creating platforms, and finding ways to operate outside traditional royal roles. Their independence has allowed them to explore opportunities that were previously unavailable, from media projects to business ventures. Supporters admire this courage and resourcefulness. However, this is precisely what creates tension. The line between private activity and public recognition has become blurry. When a visit is tied to events, speaking engagements, or projects that might bring financial or promotional benefits, it raises questions. Are these trips meant to serve a wider public, or are they primarily about personal gain? Critics argue that because Harry and Meghan were once seen as representatives of the royal family, there is a lingering expectation of how their presence should be used. When that expectation appears to clash with private interests, it fuels frustration. For many Australians, it feels as if the couple is being given a level of recognition and support that ordinary people could never receive. And that perception alone is enough to stir strong emotions. The nature of the events associated with the trip adds to the sense of exclusivity. Reports suggest that some gatherings will be high-profile, limited in access, and tied to expensive tickets. While supporters might view these events as a normal part of building a career or brand, others see them as symbolic of a widening gap between the couple and the general public. A royal visit traditionally meant inclusion, shared experiences, and connection with people at large. In contrast, an exclusive ticketed experience sends a very different message. For many critics, this makes the visit feel less about connection and more about prestige, commercial gain, or image building. Social media and news platforms have magnified these emotions. Every update, every announcement sparks discussion. People post, comment, and debate with an intensity rarely seen for a single event. Some defend the couple passionately, highlighting the positives, their ability to bring attention to charitable causes, their unique global influence, or the inspirational message of independence and self-reliance. Others criticize them just as passionately, pointing to public funds, exclusivity, and the perception of privilege as areas of concern. This creates a mix of admiration, skepticism, and frustration, and it shows just how deeply this situation touches on public sentiment. This moment also reveals how perception shapes response. Harry and Meghan are still instantly recognizable figures, and their image carries weight. However, public perception has changed since their official royal duties ended. They are now global personalities, often seen through the lens of celebrity culture, as well as royalty. This dual perception creates tension. How much should fame influence public support? How much does independence alter the expectations tied to their image? These questions are at the heart of the conversation in Australia, and they give insight into broader questions about influence and responsibility in the modern world. Emotion plays a key role as well. People are reacting not only rationally, but emotionally. Some feel protective of public funds and concerned about fairness. Others feel admiration for resilience and courage, inspired by how the couple has reinvented themselves. This mix of reasoning and emotion is what gives the story such depth. It's not just a news item, it's a mirror reflecting how ordinary people feel about privilege, independence, and shared responsibility in today's society. In the midst of all this, Harry and Meghan's choices continue to spark discussion. Their independent lives, brand-building efforts, and high-profile events all add to the complexity of how the visit is interpreted. Supporters see it as smart, strategic, and reflective of self-determination. Critics see it as misaligned with public expectation, privileging personal interest over communal connection. The result is a vivid, living debate that captures attention far beyond any single news headline. As the visit approaches, it becomes clear that the situation is far from simple. Every step, every announcement will be viewed through multiple lenses: admiration, skepticism, curiosity, and expectation. What makes this so compelling is that there is no single answer, no perfect solution. The reaction is as layered as the figures at the center of it, showing just how much influence and independence can stir both admiration and debate. And now, as all of this unfolds, one question lingers more than any other. If Australia, a nation with deep ties to the monarchy, is willing to openly challenge the visit of two of the world's most recognized figures, what does that mean for the future of public perception everywhere? Could this be the start of a global shift in how people see former royals, celebrities, and figures who exist between tradition and independence? Or will Harry and Meghan find a way to bridge that gap and connect once again with the public in a way that feels genuine and inclusive? The answer is not yet clear. But one thing is certain: the story is far from over. Every moment, every conversation, every signature on a petition is part of a larger, unfolding narrative. And as people continue to watch, talk, and decide where they stand, the impact of this visit will likely be felt far beyond Australia, leaving a mark on how the world understands royalty, fame, and the balance between personal choice and public responsibility. So, what does this tell us about influence, public expectation, and the balance between fame and responsibility? How do independence and royal legacy clash in the modern world? If this closer look at Harry and Meghan's journey gave you insight, like this video and subscribe for more royal revelations.